I'm of the opinion that there are no secrets in trading. I used to scroll through YouTube and social media and watch all these videos of all these people saying, here's the key to success in trading. Here's the secrets. Here's what you need to know. Here's the non-negotiables. Here's all this stuff. And I was sold on the idea that there was truly a few secret things that I had to learn to be profitable. I'm here to tell you here in this video that I think that that's all just blatant lies. I don't think there's really secrets in any skill set per se. What I think to the contrary, and the whole point of this video, is to tell you that there's literally no secrets in trading. I think that everything that you need to learn, you can learn through experience, and you can get information online through like YouTube videos like this and forums and different places and courses and communities and things like that. You can learn everything through experience. That's just my opinion. I'm so sick and tired of scrolling through YouTube and seeing all these interviews with people saying, oh, there's the secrets and this is what changed the game for me and this and that. Everybody's going to have their own journey, in my opinion. You are going to have your own journey, in my opinion. And ultimately, if you do get profitable, which you have like around a 10% chance of actually getting profitable, just keeping it real, you are going to have carved out a system that works perfectly fit for you. And it will not be you mirroring somebody else's quote unquote strategy or quote unquote secrets per se. I want to illustrate this with the concept here in this video. By the way, just so you know who I am, my name's Nick. I've been running this YouTube channel. I've also had a Telegram channel that I've been running for the past 5 years. If you click the first link in the description, you can get access to my Telegram channel where I literally share all my trades. The first link in the description takes you to my website. Click this right here in my free Telegram channel, and it'll take you to my Telegram. I literally just share all my trades and analysis, and I've been doing that for free for 5 years. Now, whenever we look at actual charts, let's look at what happens. You will notice that price usually just goes up or down. Unless everybody stops trading and price ranges for all of eternity, price is pretty much just going to go up or down almost every time. So if you take the base framework for this and say, if it goes up 50% of the time, it goes down 50% of the time, you have roughly a 50-50 win rate if you just enter anywhere with a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. You could set stop loss, profit target literally anywhere, right? And this is completely randomized. If you take that and you build from that, you already begin with a break-even system by literally just entering randomly on the chart anywhere and having a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So if we carry this forward and we say, what if you just started with something really simple like that? Something as simple as like buying at support and selling at resistance. And as you buy at support, sell at resistance, you just throw a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio on every trade. And then you just see what happens, right? An entry at a support zone, a stop loss below, and then a target of a 1-to-1, and vice versa if you're selling at resistance. Imagine if you just did this just to start getting some experience, and it gives you a way of learning. You start getting this experience, and what you realize very quickly is that price literally just goes up or down. About half the time it will go and hit the profit target, and the other half the time it will go and hit the stop loss. Here's where the magic comes in. You start to learn what works and what doesn't through the experience. So when people talk about all these secrets and they talk about all of this nonsense, I mean, people are over here talking about like, I'm going to enter on the institutional candle, fair value gap, order block distribution, bullish Fibonacci channel with the Kobe steak Wagyu beef medium rare bullish institutional candlestick pattern. And you're sitting there like, yeah, okay. But inside something feels weird. Something feels just really, really off. My opinion is that people who can trade profitably, whether they try to lie and say that it is a strategy that's black and white, you follow it every time it works, or whether they just don't realize that that's what it is. Ultimately, I believe all the little nuances and the discretion, the subjectivity behind trading, all of that is learned through experience. And what I can give you here in this video is a simple way to build that experience in a predictable way that long-term will yield roughly 10% of you the ability to get profitable. People fail at most things in life, and trading is no different. trading is extremely risky and most people lose money. And everything that I'm saying here in this video is just my opinion from my experience. And I'm of the opinion that if you get the experience by keeping things simple and controlling risk, you can build a trading approach that works perfectly unique to you. So say you do this thing I talked about. Say you take me up on my offer of just literally buying at any support and selling at any resistance. Your goal is not to be right or make money. You should be doing this on a demo account, of course. Your goal is just to collect information, data, experience, to see what works and what doesn't. For example, here's a little quote unquote secret that you can learn, right? Price could, if it starts going immediately into a profit, for me, most of those trades end up going and hitting the profit target. If I enter a trade and it tries to go into profit, comes back into the zone, tries to go into profit again, comes back into the zone, this starts going sideways, these trades will end up hitting stop loss a higher percentage of the time than the profit target. So what can you do? After a couple months of seeing this over and over, you might say, you know what? I'm just going to close my trade around break even or small profit, small loss if I enter and it starts going sideways. Now, how do you know which trades are likely to work out or not? You don't know. The whole goal here is just to start seeing it over and over because that is what develops your skill set. Your applied experience generates intuition. That feeling you get right before something is about to happen that you think, okay, most of the time when XYZ happens, then it's usually going to go and hit the stop loss. Or contrary, you think like, you know what, it's broken the previous highs and now it's starting to go up. Let me add to this winning trade and then just tighten up the stop losses to like half of what they were. So now if they go and stop out, you lose 1 unit of whatever you risked. If you risked $1,000 on this, you lose 1,000. But now if it goes to the profit target, you make maybe like $2,000, $3,000. So you make like $2,000 to $3,000. You can make double, triple, whatever it is you risk sometimes if you add to winning trades and it's in the right context, while still controlling risk and doing the same thing. But you don't learn that without beginning with something very simple, without beginning with something that is very predictable and easy to follow. That's why I've just been screaming from the mountaintops for the past like 6 years I've been teaching. I believe if people keep things simple and control risk, it gives a good framework and starting point to develop this experience. If you can do this, you start noticing the proclivities and tendencies of what the market happens to do after a certain type of price action is developed. Another interesting thing that, if I'm sharing another secret, if you will, is that there will be often times in your trading where if you do the same thing, same simple thing, right? No complicated BS. If you do the same thing for a couple months, you start to notice that, okay, whenever this set of things happen, something is about to either move into profit or break the zone and hit my stop loss or something like that. But the cool part about this is that, and it's really strange, it's like you oftentimes will not even be able to explain why. You are not able to articulate or communicate or lay it out. Like if someone were to ask you like, hey, Jared, why did you take that trade? And you're like, I don't know. I felt like it was ready. And they're like, what do you mean you felt like it was ready, dude? It was at a resistance zone. And you're like, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's at a 1 hour resistance zone, but it's at a 4 hour and daily support zone. And I think it's going to break this little resistance zone and continue up. And I put a stop loss below the previous low. And I just think it makes sense to me. And then people will say, yeah, it's going to go down because XYZ BS, right? Other people are going to say, oh, it's going to go up because of XYZ BS. Here's the truth. The truth is nobody knows. It's just going to go up or down. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to have a 50% win rate to be profitable. You can have lower than that. Some weeks my win rate's like 25 to 30%. Other weeks, like last week, my win rate was above 90%. I mean, like $30,000 last week. Won literally almost every single trade except for 2 out of like, I think it was like 15 trades. You will have all these win streaks and losing streaks, but if you just keep in the back of your mind, hey, price is just going to go up or down. I don't have to predict where it's going. All I have to do is have a simple way to get myself into trades, manage those trades based on the context. And if you're controlling risk and structuring that appropriately, you position yourself in such a way that even though trading is just objectively literal gambling, you're placing a wager on an uncertain outcome. Even though that's the case, you can still be profitable long term by making more money on your winners than you lose on your losers. And you're not going to get that from any of these damn secrets here that you're trying to find in your trading journey and trying to look and see what strategy, the simple 3-step strategy I can use to do this, this, this. It's all subjective. It's all arbitrary. And in my opinion, it's all completely random, the movements in price. It doesn't matter. Predicting the market is a fool's game, in my opinion. I think that if you keep things simple, meaning you have a predictable way to get yourself in trades, and you control risk, meaning you structure your risk in such a way that you're comfortable with, keeping things simple and controlling risk allows people to develop that experience to where you get to the point where you know, quote unquote, secrets about trading, but it's not really secrets. It's just stuff you've learned from experience that literally anyone can get. If they just gave 2% of a crap to just start trying to learn trading and take it seriously and track the trades that they're taking, review their trades, look back on what seemed to work and what doesn't, and do the same predictable thing over and over, instead of system hopping with all this shiny object syndrome. You're learning ICT, smart money concepts, BS 1 week, then you're over here learning institutional Wyckoff schematic trading another week. Then you come over here and you visit Nick Sean and he's saying, hey, look, just keep it simple. It's just going to go up or down. And you focus on that for a week, but then you lose one trade and you're like, that doesn't work. Then you go over here to a moving average strategy with Fibonacci, Confluence, and all this. It's just so much trash. Look, everything works in trading. And I'll rephrase that by saying everything can work in trading. It's not going to be a strategy or a trading approach or a system or any one thing that helps you get profitable. It is going to be you that helps you get profitable. And what I specifically mean by that is that if you take the time to just keep things simple and control risk, get some experience, build up some data, you can literally, the market will teach you just through experience of just seeing it happen over and over. The market will teach you what tends to work and what tends to not work. It will teach you what is likely the best decisions given the context of a trade. After long enough, you will be given that intuition. You won't be given, you will develop that intuition. You will acquire that intuition as a result of seeing the same damn things over and over and over and over and over. And not only that, but you tend to get better over time as well doing this. So I'm of the opinion that you should stop watching YouTube videos about gurus trying to teach you quote unquote secrets to trading, because I believe there are none. If there was one secret that I had to say, okay, let's call this a secret, the secret would be literally just give 2% of a crap to just sit down for a couple months, take whatever trades you think you should take, and just watch what happens. Let that experience teach you what all the quote unquote secrets are. That is the only way, in my very humble opinion, with 8 years of experience having taught thousands of people this, that is the only way that you can develop that nuance, to learn those subtleties, all the little specifics and the context-based decisions that you need to make in terms of trading. You only learn that through experience. So keep things simple, control risk, and over time, you have a 10% chance of getting profitable. Most of you won't be able to do this. I'm not talking to most of you. I'm talking to those of you who are not going to give up and are going to keep attempting to learn this, changing your behavior patterns, changing your thought patterns in such a way that allows you to get into a position where you become profitable long term. For me, it took me almost 2 years. It took me about 1.5 years and I got profitable. I wasn't really full-blown profitable in my opinion until literally almost 2 years after I started learning trading. It's not easy, but it's worth it. If you'd like to literally see the way I trade live every single day for the next few years, hit the first link in the description. I need to have more coffee. Hit the first link in the description, and that'll take you to my website. Once you're on my website, there's literally a button at the top that says my free Telegram channel. If you click that button, you will instantly be into my free Telegram channel, and you can follow every single thing I've taught you here in this video live for free every day. For the rest of my life, at least, until I die. So hit the first link in the description. I'll see you in my free Telegram channel. If you liked this video and you thought it was useful, good. See ya.